You know, what I learned in life is having this one conversation, and I was on the phone having a conversation with someone. And after I did my healing and discovering my self-worth and finally accepting the real and true person that I am, that I always wanted to become now that I am, it makes sense with this conversation that I had. And this conversation was something that I would feed into and defend myself before. And now this conversation takes a whole different level and a whole different turn. So let me tell you a little bit about this conversation. Someone called me, right? And, you know, they said, they were like, oh, people are talking about you. And obviously, when people are talking about you, most of the time it's negative, or it's criticizing what you're doing, or just criticizing on, I don't know, anything that you do, how you look, where you go. Usually when they say people are talking about you, it's bad. Or maybe I need to change my paradigm. But coming from this person, I knew it was bad. And so I'm on the phone with this person. And I'm like, I don't care if people are talking, especially if it's negative. Because, you know, I was so programmed that if people are talking, it would automatically be negative because that was in my old paradigm. So I took it as that. I took it as a negative. And then I told this person, and I'm just like, the old me would care, and I would start defending myself with everything that they said. But the new me, I'm just like, so I'm like literally holding my phone, and I'm like, so let them talk. Because you know what I realized? You know, I was so scared before and so worried about what people would say about me because I wanted to put on this facade to be a people pleaser and to have a great reputation. But it seems that no matter what you do, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, or if you look good and you act good, you're still being talked about. So no matter what you do, it'll never be good enough for people. So this is when I realized with the new me is that I'm good enough for myself. And I don't care what people say, especially when it's negative and them criticizing about what I do or what I wear. So with this conversation and how it ended, it was me telling this person this. I said, listen, I don't even want to hear it. I don't really care into details what they say because I don't care anymore. But second, I told this person, I'm like, listen, do these people that are trying to still have an effect on my life or of me, do these people that talk about me and trying to degrade me or kind of make me look bad to someone else, do these people, ask yourself, do these people pay my bills, feed my children? Do they provide a place for me to live in? Do they take me out? Do they provide food, clothing? No, they don't. So why should I care enough to feed into this negativity of people having conversations about me with my old paradigm being negative? I don't. And when you realize this as an individual, because, you know, the way I was brought up was programmed into my subconscious is that, oh, you know, people are talking about you. You gotta, you know, act a certain way. You gotta speak a certain way. You have to, you know, dress a certain way. You can't do this. You can't do that. It was so limited. Oh my goodness. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's like this whole weight, it's too much. Because we were brought up in my community that you know, what people think and what people care. And I don't anymore. And it's honestly, if you can get to this point in your life where you don't care what people say or think about you, or you don't care how they judge you, like I'm telling you, this is an old paradigm of mine that I'm creating it as it to be negative because it was programmed in my subconscious that it was always negative. So if people are talking about you and it's negative, honestly ask yourself these questions. Do they pay my rent or mortgage? Do they support my children? Do they feed me? Do they clothe me? No. So why do you care? These people are obviously so miserable that they have to put you down and talk about you. But in a way, you have to think, this is how powerful I am. Because taking my example for this situation, I eliminated myself from these people. These people eliminated themselves from me as well. And I'm just living my peaceful, happy life, my best life. I'm living a life, okay? And if you're so powerful that these people still continue to talk about you when they are no longer a part of your life, you must have some superpowers. And the best thing is, just let them talk. It just shows how powerful you are. And that's what I realized. I realized how powerful I am. And I don't give power to these people anymore like I used to. And you shouldn't either. Because they're not paying your bills. They're not taking care of you. They're just there to still block your blessings. And the best thing you can do is block them. And when they talk, well, maybe you should give them something to talk about, but obviously in a positive way. So with this talking, I spoke about the negative paradigm of what I was brought up with, that when people talk, it's always negative. So I had to kind of walk on my toes, eggshells, as you would say. And it didn't feel good because I wasn't myself. Because I was scared for people to talk about me. So that was the negative paradigm. I was scared. So I walked on eggshells. So my new paradigm, which I would suggest you would change, is basically now when people talk, my new paradigm is they're talking good things. Because I allowed myself to be withheld. And I created my own reality by being withheld. So I was stuck because I allowed these people negative talk affect me. So I was stuck. So now with this new paradigm of people talking about me, I look at it as job opportunities. I look at it as, I wouldn't say paparazzi, but more of like an influence. Like these people that are talking about me now are talking so much positive things where it's creating my new reality, where it's creating new jobs or contracts or just new forms of money income. So now with this new paradigm of people talking about me, I'm creating a positive effect. So I get happy when people talk about me because it's my name being spoken in places that needs to be spoken in. You have this much influence. When people talk about you, whether it's good or bad, you just stick with the good. Because when you focus on good things happen to you. So with this new paradigm, I switched my whole people talking about you thinking. And now I just see opportunities. My name's being talked about. Well, I'm definitely this powerful that they're talking about me. I'm this influential that they are talking about me. And you should think the same way. Because when you get to this level of consciousness, you're just so amazed. You're like, wow, now it all makes sense. Before I used to think negative because my paradigm was already programmed into people talking about me was already negative. And I reacted, or you would react to that because you're kind of just in a defense mode where you still wanted to be accepted by these people that are talking about you. But now the right people that are talking about you, you are accepted because these are your new opportunities in life. These are your new networking. These are your new growth. And this is you, the new you, where you're attracting people to you. So this new growth of a new paradigm and a new way of thinking, oh, people are talking about me, is good now. So when you think this way, you are influential. And when you think this way, you think good about yourself. You don't feel like you have to be in the defense mode. You are more in a grateful mode, like, oh my gosh, people are talking about me. That's amazing. I'm doing something right. It's a whole new paradigm shift. Oh my God, I'm like, sometimes when you hear yourself talk, you're like, oh my God, this makes a lot of sense, because it does. And it's sometimes like hard to explain or express it, but okay. Old paradigm, people talking about me, defense. And, I had to change for these people. Old thinking, right? New paradigm, it's like a welcome. I'm accepted. And I'm influential and this much powerful where people are talking about me because I somehow manage to affect them. And it feels good when it has a good effect. So changing your paradigm, oh my God, changing your paradigm can change your life. Like, honestly, changing your paradigm is like a way of you changing on how you see the world. Because then how you see the world differently, the world sees you differently. So now, I want people to talk. Talk about me, please. Because I want you to be influenced. I want to help you. I want you to talk about me so you see what I went through to be where I am and how I changed things about myself to be where I am, living my dream life, living my best life. And this little shift of a paradigm from, using that example, people talking about you, you can either make it into a negative and have a defense mechanism toward these talkers, or you can make it and change your paradigm into receiving it as a positive impact on you, knowing that you have an influence on someone somewhere that you're helping. Or when people are talking about you, know that it's good. And it's like opportunities. It's like it's coming to you. When people are talking about you, it's only great things. And in a way, it creates that want, that attraction, because that's what you're oozing now. Because you are yourself now. You're no longer a Muppet for other people's talking to allow you to be held back. Because that's what people do when you think negative, that they're talking negative. You obviously, they heal you. Oh, it's so hard to talk because I want to just speak positive. I don't want to focus on the negative. because I was stuck in a negative because people were talking and I just had to always be on my toes. But now when people are talking, it just makes me feel fine because I'm fine with who I am, and you should be fine to a point where you are okay with who you are. You are okay where you are, what you've been through, who you became. And when you start accepting yourself for who you are and changing that paradigm, you are changing your reality. You are changing your world. You are changing your perception of you, which is the most thing, because when people are talking, you are just not fazed by the negative talking. You're only fazed by the positive talking. So it's a lot to take in, but it's doable, it's possible, and it's like a wake-up call. Because now you're at this point in your life where you just do what makes you happy. You know, before making this video, I really wanted to make this an exercise. And the only exercise that I want you to do right now, right? And for those who were ever judged by other people or stopped or talked about negatively by other people and that were scared to do something in your life because you were so affected by these negative comments, negative talking, negative thinking of other people, of you, I want you to scratch that right now. And I want you to accept yourself for who you are and love yourself for who you are. And this is the exercise I want you to do. Because you can only do this for yourself. Because you want to be happy and have self-esteem in yourself. And I want you to develop this. And this is the only exercise I can suggest to you right now. Is think of something. Okay, I'm going to use social media because this is what I do. Think of something that you wanted to post, but you were so scared because you were scared of what people will think about you or what people would say about you. So think about this video, this photo, this post you wanted to post, but you were so scared. Okay? Think about it. And let me tell you, nothing is more rewarding than facing your fears and posting this content. So whatever was holding you back from posting this video, this picture, this post, do it. And do not care what people will comment, because remember, you could always delete those comments. And do not allow people talking about you affect you. Because I will be talking about you and I will say that you are the greatest for doing this. Now you have just stepped out of your comfort zone because you are hungry for success and that you love yourself enough to do this for yourself because it makes you feel good. You did it for yourself. Okay, and the main thing you should be is so proud of you taking this action. Because honestly, you making this post or this video or this picture just proves how strong you are and how much you mean to yourself to do this and not be affected by what other people think of you when you do this. So think about, again, a post, picture, a video, whatever ever you wanted to post on social media, but you thought that old paradigm where people were perceived it as negative, change that, okay? So now you're coming into action with a positive paradigm. And you know what? As long as you like it, who cares what other people think? Who cares? Because you like it. It makes you feel good, and you're doing this for you. So I'm going to encourage you within 24 hours, post something. Post something that you always wanted to post before in your life, but you never had the courage because of what people would say or think about you. Post it and tag me, because I will give you the support you need. Because when we are evolving, okay, we need support. When we're stepping out of our comfort zone, we need support. And if you need this support from me, trust me, you got it. Just tag me in your post or video. And, just let's do it. Hashtag let them talk. Let's do that. Oh my God, you're so good. So yeah. Oh my God, this sounds so much fun. So do a video. Tag me. I'm on all social platforms, and make a hashtag. Let them talk. I love you, and you got this. And just love yourself for who you are and do what you want to do. Be happy. Fudge what other people's opinions or what they have to say, because I don't swear. So just do it. What are you waiting for? Let's make it happen. I love you. Take care, and I'll talk soon.